Hi, Rebecca here. Have you ever met a man and there's just this like boom, like a spark between you that feels so electric? Now, very often this is how new relationships start, isn't it? You know, we say things like it was love at first sight, or I heard people say, oh, I just knew there was like this huge chemistry between us. However, in my case, I felt this spark with many men. And then the relationship just sizzled out pretty quickly, or we just couldn't make it work. And even worse, we ended up being destructive for each other, and it ended up being a painful breakup, for example. So this got me thinking, what is that spark all about? And why isn't it always successful? Why doesn't it bring us our divine love that we're so yearning for? Now, I'm not talking about chemistry here, because in any relationship, you do need an element of chemistry, right? In attracting love and actually being in the relationship. Chemistry is different than the spark. Chemistry is more an all-over feeling, like a yearning, whereas a yearning of attraction, whereas the spark is more of a boom, like what just happened here? Like, whoa, like who was that? Yeah, ever felt that? I know I have a few times, yeah. There's so much emphasis on this spark that we turn around away from men who we don't have it with, and then who could actually be a great match for us, who we have chemistry with, but we didn't feel that spark. And it also causes us to also stay in relationships that could be abusive or destructive because we had that spark. We do buy into this spark a little bit more. This is why I wanted to share this with you. Now, there are unspoken myths that say, if you felt the spark, then he must be the one. He must be my soulmate. Now, I have a theory about the one and soulmates, but that's for another video, okay? So based on my experience, I have had the spark with 4 men in my life, okay? And none of them lasted. Yeah, you might be surprised to learn that the one man I married, I didn't have that initial boom, but you know, I married him, right? So there's something there, because I did have chemistry. I definitely still have chemistry, right, with him. Now, I did even question, well, I didn't have the spark, but I thought, well, I'll explore it anyway, because by then I'm using the tools that I teach. And so I was willing to go with the flow and stay in feminine energy. And I'm really glad I did, because as you know, I did marry him. So that's really good. So what's this spark all about? So I believe the spark is when your energy, something in your energy is attracted to something in their energy because you recognize a match. Does that make sense? So, for example, if you've had a dramatic childhood or had an abusive parent and you've got patterns in your energy that need healing, you're going to attract a man who is going to be able to help you heal that. Dun, dun, dun. Drum roll. So that actually isn't always a good thing, is it? So if you're used to drama in your childhood, and then you're going to attract a man who's going to give you drama now because you need to heal that situation, there comes the spark. Boom. He's a match. It's like the universe saying, you two get together because you've both got healing work to do together. And that's great if we can recognize it as that. And we can go each other go when we've done the healing, and then move on and attract a different man. Yeah, does that make sense? This makes sense? Hopefully it is. So let me give you an example. I had a wonderful dad. He's no longer with us. Well, he is in spirit, of course, but he didn't know how to give me the attention that I yearned for as a child. And I desperately wanted to be a daddy's girl. I had probably a really big connection with my dad. I really like him. And I just wanted him to notice me. Now, don't get me wrong, he was an amazing dad. And I do have fabulous childhood memories of having fun with him, playing badminton with him. But I was missing this attention, this emotional connection with him as a child. So when I became an adult, I had in my energy a yearning for attention from men. I wanted them to notice me and cherish me. And what happened? Well, I attracted aloof men that were emotionally shut down or couldn't give me the attention I desired because I hadn't dealt with needing this. So in my energy, I had this needy energy, which was attracting the very opposite. So does this make sense? Hopefully it does. So when my energy is needing attention but not getting it, an aloof man who comes along that was familiar to me, who was like my dad, the spark went boom, and we got attracted to one another. So you see, we attract what we're familiar with, not what we necessarily want. I'm going to say that again. We attract what we're familiar with, not necessarily what we want. This is why doing the clearing in your energy is so important, so you don't continue to attract in the drama, the abuse, the aloof, emotionally closed down men, whatever you're attracting time and time again. Now, I am giving the spark a bad press here, but it is really useful for you to attract in partners. Do the healing work and then let them go. If it's no longer working for you, it might be that you attract a partner and you get through that healing and you get into a more expansive and loving relationship with him. And the spark might have come along for that reason too. But if it's no longer working, stop holding on for dear life to that relationship because of the spark. It's time to let it go. You can have chemistry with many men. The one is a myth. You attract in men who are at the same energetic vibration as you. And believe me, there is more than one. In how many billion people? There's more than one. So the more work you do to raise your energetic vibration, the better results you'll get. You'll start attracting in different men with different qualities and patterns, different values. You'll start to attract in the men you desire rather than the men you're familiar with, right? Because you'll be clearing those patterns and from your energy. You'll become so confident in your ability to attract men, knowing that you can have chemistry with more than one man. You'll no longer be looking at your phone every 5 minutes. Has he phoned me? Has he texted me? Has he messaged me? In that energy of need, you'll be confidently moving forward, letting go, knowing if it's not you, then move along because, you know, next, if not you, then who? And you'll be excited to who's coming next as you release any feelings of need from your energy. And you'll be excited about who you can attract in. So I hope this has helped. Share it with anybody who you think might benefit from this little teach, and let go of being attached to that spark. But remember, chemistry is important.